From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
And welcome, and let's return to the fundamentals of the Sushant case. Siddharth Patani, Neeraj and Dipesh have completely contradicted each other when they've been questioned by the CBI. They were taken into Sushant's flat and they were told to narrate what happened. First separately and then together. And there have been 8 contradictions between these 3. In fact, they fought before the CBI. All these 3, remember, were allowed to go scot-free by the Mumbai police. All 3 of them. The post-mortem video is also unclear. And I've been informed that it has not been professionally done. Again, the Mumbai police has no answers. There are major inconsistencies in the forensics as well. And today, therefore, as the CBI seems to be moving clearly in the same direction that we did, and as Riya Chakrabarti is just about to be called in for questioning anytime now, I'm told, ladies and gentlemen, I want those ignoramuses who called us judge, jury, and executioner, I want those ignoramuses to show up. And I want those pseudos to explain why they defended this incredible cover-up and with what face they will explain the 117 facts in our investigation that were hidden so far. The nation, yes, wants to know. I have that as a big debate with new facts. Tonight, they're getting caught in their web of lies, and Republic is following every single lead. At 10 p.m., the future of 2.5 million students is in question. NEET or not is my second debate. And ladies and gentlemen, at 10:30 tonight, what do I say about this mother and son and daughter combination? There's an uprising against the Vadras. The national joke is the Gandhi Vadra family. All this and more is coming up, and here are the headlines this Monday evening on The Debate Tonight. And the big lead is that they're getting trapped in their web of lies. Neeraj, Dipesh, Patani contradictions have been completely exposed.
Patani, what is the line of questioning that they're doing with you?
Patani, have you been cooperating with...
Dragged back to the interrogation room for a 3rd time, the CBI grilled Sushant's flatmates on the 14 June truth. Cooper Hospital doctors face the SIT for a 2nd time in 48 hours. Complete mismatch in their testimonies becomes the focus.
इस समय हम चाहते हैं कि कृपया आप परीक्षा को स्थगित करें.
Students hold day-long hunger strike online, demand postponement of joint entrance exam and NEET exams. And cornered after the biggest ever coup in the Congress, Sonia, Rahul, Priyanka, Robert Vadra clutch at straws to remain in control. And ladies and gentlemen, in the last 96 hours, the CBI has done everything that the Mumbai police did not do for 67 days. They have recreated the crime scene in the most professional and scientific manner. They've questioned the Cooper doctors twice, and for the last 3 days have been interrogating the ones present in the flat on the 14th of June. Tonight, as the CBI continues with its unrelenting investigation, the focus is on the contradictions. Who is getting trapped in their conspiracy of lies? Find out now, and then we debate.
10:20 a.m. at the DRDO guest house in Mumbai. Dressed in a blue and white check shirt, sitting in the back seat of the CBI vehicle, Siddharth Pitani, the man who has been grilled non-stop for the last 3 days, was taken back to the interrogation room.
Pitani, what is the line of questioning that they're doing with you?
Patani, have you been cooperating with...
From the crime scene where he was taken twice along with the other primary suspects, to being confronted by Republic Media Network's Jyotsna Bedi.
क्या रहा? अब इतना लंबा इंटरोगेशन चला, क्या रहा सर? जवाब दीजिए ना, पिठानी साहब जवाब दीजिए ना। आप माइक पे आके कैमरे पे आके आप किस चीज़ का इंतजार कर रहे हैं? बताइए ना, बताइए। ये तस्वीरें आप देख रहे हैं, सिद्धार्थ पिठानी अंदर लेकर जा रहे हैं इन्हें, लेकिन वो कुछ बोल नहीं रहे हैं। सिद्धार्थ जी, कुछ तो बताइए।
The flatmates cannot be left off the hook. Top CBI sources have revealed that they contradicted themselves on 8 specific counts.
CBI has basically noted, according to our sources, 8, and I repeat, 8 specific points where the testimony, or rather the very statements of all these 3 do not match. And this happens only between a time frame of 16 to 18 minutes. That is the point where that locksmith enters to the point that that door opens and they see the body. During that very time frame, there are 8 specific points.
While Pitani, Neeraj and Deepesh are being questioned around the clock, sources have told Republic that the Chakrabartis and Riya's PR are in talks with the friendly media to organize sympathy interviews. Meanwhile, our teams are tracking another suspicious character. His name is Sushant Singh. We reached his doorstep for a second time in the last 48 hours.
संदीप सिंह, येशा हूँ मैं, बात करनी है उनसे।
आप कहाँ से आए हैं?
रिपोर्टर हूँ।
अभी है नहीं।
कहाँ गए? बात हो सकती है उनका नंबर या उनसे?
नंबर तो उनका बंद है।
तो कहाँ गए हैं? कुछ बता सकते हैं आप?
बता के नहीं गए।
मेरा मैसेज रख सकती हूँ मैं उनके लिए?
हाँ बोल दूँगा। क्या?
तो नंबर, मैं मेरा नंबर रख सकती हूँ क्या? पत्रकार हूँ, बात करनी है उनसे।
हाँ।
तो अगर वो है तो आप उनसे बात करवा दीजिए। इट्स जस्ट
आई एम नॉट लाइंग।
So where has he gone? When will he come back? When did he leave? Anything that you can tell me?
Don't know anything. कुछ नहीं बोलते।
I understand that you're not lying, but if he is not around, when did he leave? When will he come back? You know, is there a way to speak to him?
Nothing. कुछ नहीं बोलते। डायरेक्ट फोन कुछ रहेगा तो बोल देंगे। किसी को भेज।
So you are his. I mean, are you like related to him or something like that?
No, I'm nothing. I just come to see my dog.
But the ones who knew Sushant, people who worked with him closely, have said they never even heard about Sandeep. So why was he trying to take control of the crime scene?
He has never spoken about Sandeep Singh ever. He never spoke about Sandeep. I have never seen him or these guys who are now working with Sushant rather. No one.
The focus is also on the doctors who conducted the autopsy at the Cooper Hospital.
सीबीआई की टीम कूपर हॉस्पिटल आई है। बड़ी ब्रेकिंग इस वक्त। कूपर हॉस्पिटल, ये वही हॉस्पिटल है जहां सुशांत का पोस्टमार्टम किया गया था। इसी हॉस्पिटल में, कूपर हॉस्पिटल में सुशांत का पोस्टमार्टम हुआ। अभी कुछ वक्त पहले, चंद सेकंड पहले सीबीआई की टीम अंदर दाखिल हुई है। सीबीआई के 2 ऑफिसर्स कूपर हॉस्पिटल आए।
With the CBI moving at a breakneck speed, it is only a matter of time before the full truth is unearthed. Let's debate.
Gaurav Bhatia, Smita Parekh, Ujjwal Nigam, Shantanu Sen, Ishkaran Bhandari, P.K. Jain, Advocate Dhanraj Vanjari, Ketan Vaidya, Ashish Dikshit, AKashdeep. My first question is to D.R. Karthikeyan, former Director, CBI. Mr. Karthikeyan, can you explain to our viewers in a case such as this, which I'm sure you've been following, what is the significance of the 3 prime witnesses and suspects completely contradicting each other on the sequence of events of what happened on the critical day? What is the significance of something like this? What does it reveal in an investigation? I can't hear you, sir. Can we? Can we fix the audio, please?
With you.
Thank you. Yes.
To be.
Please continue, sir. Yes.
Can you
I can hear you now.
Can
yes,
you hear
there
me?
was an initial problem. I can now.
Yeah. Believe me or not, I'm not following it closely because, it doesn't really interest me following it minute to minute. One, number two, now these, developments take place at different stages of investigation. What we find, yes, and a few hours later we find that is wrong. So it's too premature to make any conclusions or even contradictions at this time. Now, if you don't mind, I want to tell about a case which is known to the whole world. When I was asked to take up Rajiv Gandhi investigation, they told me, I was in Hyderabad, we think it is going to be like an assassination. We may never be able to detect it. That is the way it started. I landed in Chennai. All the CBI officers, local officers came to me, sir, why do you take it up? There's nothing in this case. 17 dead bodies, Rajiv Gandhi body beyond recognition. There's nothing. Both the IB and the RAW said, we don't know who could have done it. But I said, nothing is impossible. Either I taken it up, we will make it possible, we will do everything is possible. At that time, there was no clue. But the first arrest we made after 3 weeks. 3 weeks, not that we are not, within 10 days we found out what's happening. But we had to keep it confidential because if we had made it, alerted it, you would have alerted the people and they would have taken more steps to wipe out the evidence. And, they can destroy evidence and all that. So 3 weeks later, only we had substantial evidence, we made the first arrest and announced it. Thereafter, it was following it up. So every day what is happening here, we don't know. Well, if the CBI is willing to share, it's a different matter. But sometimes it can even be misleading. It's quite possible, maybe it's a strategy of investigation also. So it's very difficult to say at this point of time. They have really found contradictions. And then if they found contradictions, if they have enough evidence, they would have made the arrest.
No.
Because unless you come to a decision, there is provable evidence. You can't touch anybody, and then it will be counterproductive. So it's very difficult for me to say what they really found contradictions or not. It's all right for the media. You are at liberty and you have got a duty to inform the public. It's all right. For an investigator, he will not be able to tell at anything unless they reach a point of decision, yes, and then they make the arrest also. Yes. Then they can announce it. Yes. Till then, every day what is happening is, it may be the development, and maybe a few hours later, next day, that may prove to be wrong, lead also. So I must be very frank with you because you respect me and call me, I come only to you. I want to tell you, this is my view, and honestly, I have not been following it hour to hour because this is not the only thing happening in the world.
Right. Well, Mr. Karthikeyan, it is a matter of great keenness for us.
Sorry for disappointing you.
I'm not disappointed at all. But I'd like to tell you it is a matter of great keenness for us.
Yes.
And we do hope that the CBI will expose the inconsistencies in this case. And Ashish Dikshit, you can swipe that smug smile off your face in case you think, you see, Smita, Ashish Dikshit thinks that this is going to provide him an alibi.
The CBI,
I would like to remind him, 1 minute.
Is telling you what has happened. He has contradicted you. You are saying that 8 contradictions have come in the case. The CBI director tells you that is something not extraordinary.
No, he has not said that.
It can happen.
No, he has not said that.
It doesn't prove anything.
Ashish,
but yes,
Ashish, 1 minute. Ashish,
if you don't want to hear it, that's a different thing.
Ashish, 1 minute. 1 minute, Ashish.
You want to blow things.
Ashish, why do you shout like an amateur? Calm down and listen to me. Don't force me to insult you on television. Listen to me. Get your brain checked.
It's not about insulting.
Get your brain checked. I'm telling you, get your brain checked. If you think this is not significant,
Arnab,
you think we are blowing up? You think we are blowing up? Are you out of your mind? Do you have a mind?
Talk like this.
Do you have a mind?
Can I reply to
Do you
this
have a mind? I think Smita wants to respond to you. Smita.
Answer me.
Mr. Ashish, whatever is your surname, I didn't get it. Sorry, I just got that smile which Arnab spoke about. And to all the people who have this kind of winning smile at the beginning of the CBI inquiry only, let me tell all of you, this is just the beginning. This should have happened 64 days back when Bombay police had taken over the case, but doesn't matter. In 64 362 days CBI has come and they have listened to the voices of so many people who don't have this smile which you have right now on your face. And I will actually voice Arnab's voice, that just wipe it off right away from your face. Because I don't know whoever you are representing here, whatever is your agenda, because you definitely are here with some agenda. What is your agenda? Tell me. What is the agenda to smile like that right now on national TV like this? When millions and millions of people are shouting, when all the evidence are screaming on top of their voices that this is a brutal murder and maybe double murder. You never know. So what is your agenda to come on the television and every day deny the CBI investigation and also to protect all these culprits? And I'm telling you today, just give us few more days. Like the gentleman from ex-CBI officer just mentioned, that truth will come. I'm telling you, no matter what. It is just started. It's just 3 days, I guess, Arnab, right?
I'd like the debate to continue with, and I'd like to mention, I'd like to have PK and, one second, PK, Jain and Dhanraj on one side, and I'd like Ishkaran and Gaurav on the other. Riya Chakrabarti has not even been called in for questioning yet. The Maharashtra government and the Mumbai police is completely and totally trembling at the possibility of the facts coming out. Significance right now, Gaurav Bhatia, we would like to hear from you. There were people in the Sonia Sena who tried to hush up this case by saying that Sushant Singh Rajput was mentally unstable. And today it has emerged that the key persons who were present in the house during Sushant's death are completely contradicting each other on what really happened. Who's mentally unstable? Today, top CBI sources, and I'm sure of my sources, have confirmed to us how Siddharth Pitani, Dipesh Sawant and Neeraj were asked to narrate what happened leading to Sushant's death separately. Then they were all brought in together to the drawing room and told to narrate the same thing which had been recorded earlier in front of each other. And they completely had an all-out fight. The fight was so bad that eventually Siddharth Pitani tried to intervene and tried to say that we must all say the same thing, and tried to convince the other two that his version was the correct version and they were simply having a short-term memory loss. What is the significance of something like this, Gaurav Bhatia?
Okay. So Arnab, I think your question today is most relevant. And speaking like a lawyer with my experience, I can tell you is significant. Say if all three were present there and it was a case of suicide and they were genuine well-wishers of Sushant Singh Rajput, the version that would have come out from all three of them would have been consistent. But now, when they were having an altercation in front of the CBI, and that too contradicting each other's statements, what does it show? And I don't think anybody can disagree with me on that, even with divergent views. That these people are tutored, they have a greater motive to bury the truth. They are lying before the CBI and they are not reliable witnesses. And Arnab, this is when the CBI has done more in 4 days than what Mumbai police could do in 66 days. And speaking in parlance of criminology, the drops of blood have been traced. Person's hand who actually murdered Sushant Singh Rajput will also be discovered, and the person who tried to wash his hands will not be spared. And people can understand what I'm saying. Today, there have been two more very important revelations. One, the AIM's forensic chief has claimed that there are discrepancies in the post-mortem report. The post-mortem report does not talk about the time, which ought to have been stated by the doctors. Were the doctors who were conducting post-mortem under severe pressure from the powerful and the mighty, the baby penguin, the penguin's father, the government? And second, tampering of the crime scene, the morgue, and now we see how Other facts are also coming. Disha Kalyan's phone being used 1 week after the alleged suicide or accident. That itself shows that there is a lot to be probed. And this is when Riya Chakrabarti has not even been questioned. There would be arrests that will follow. I am sure, I speak from my experience, CBI is doing a fabulous job. The truth will be discovered.
Absolutely. PK Jain and Mr. Dhanraj, measure your words very carefully in your response. If there are contradictions which have emerged in the case today, why were there no contradictions when the Mumbai police questioned them? I repeat, if these people are contradicting themselves now, why did they not contradict themselves when the Mumbai police questioned them? Was that tutored? Surely you would not say that the Mumbai police and the CBI are two different tape recorders before whom you have to give two different song scripts. If there are 8 big contradictions today, PK Jain, tell me, why did these contradictions not come out when the Mumbai police had taken their records? How did Dipesh, Neeraj and Siddharth Pitani experience the events of 13th, 14th June differently? The truth does not have 3 versions. Look at how glum you look today.
Absolutely.
The truth has one version.
Now listen to me.
Now you listen to me, sir.
Give me the same amount
You
of
listen
time
to
which
me
you have
and
given
one
to-
more line. After that, I'll listen to you.
You give to me which you have given.
I will, but you have to listen to one more line of mine.
Okay,
However
fair enough.
painful it may be for you to have to listen to it. Sir,
Please do.
first, you did not find the contradictions. Secondly, all 3 were allowed to go scot-free. All the 3 who have made contradictory statements now were allowed to go scot-free. I repeat, Siddharth Pitani went and started a new company in Hyderabad. Neeraj had disappeared. Dipesh was changing his location till 3 days back. All 3 were allowed to go off previously. Am I right or wrong, PK Jain? Tell me.
Now listen to me. As I said, give me the same amount of time which you gave to Mr. Bhatia. Please listen to me patiently. CBI has begun its investigation. I am not privy, and I am sure that you are also not privy to what statements have been recorded by the CBI. Whatever statements they have recorded, maybe your sources have told you that there are contradictions. There may be contradictions. You said that all these people had been allowed to go away by Mumbai police. Mumbai police had allowed them to go and travel because they were neither suspects nor they were accused because there was no FIR registered.
Yeah, how will they be
That is why
suspect
they
or
were
accused
free.
when you don't
Now
even
listen to
interrogate
me,
them
listen to
properly?
me.
What are you talking
As I
about,
said,
sir? Come on.
please
You don't
listen to me.
interrogate, you don't question, you don't cross-question, you don't present them each other, you don't make them face each other, and then you say that they were not, we've got no proof against them because you did not look
You
for it.
only
Come on
want
now.
You only want to listen to who told your line. Listen to me properly first.
Sir, I never asked you to toe your line, but toe the facts. Toe the line of the facts. Toe the line of truth.
When I speak, now these people, they have given statements to CBI. You are not privy to those statements. The director of CBI has very CBI is not enough.
Sir, your audio is not clear. I'm not cutting you off, but seriously, your audio is not clear. I'm going to fix it and come back to you. And I'd like Ishkaran to respond. I'm going to come back to you till then. Thank you. I'm coming back to you. 30 seconds. Be patient. Ishkaran will respond. I'm going to come back to you. Don't worry. I'm going to come back to you. Ishkaran.
Somebody has to only
truth has one version. A lie twists itself into 100 versions or 3 versions, as in this case. If I may repeat the immortal lines of Walter Scott. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we first practice to deceive. And in this case, there has been nothing except deception. Deception that you do not call a case as a cognizable offense, do not register an FIR. Deception that you do not record the time of death. Deception that you do not take statements. Deception that you have a WhatsApp complaint which you do not take cognizance of in February. It has been nothing but deception. It has not been an investigation. It has been a deception of the people of India. It has been a deception of the law. It has been a deception of the facts. So now that CBI has come in, they have tangled themselves into a weave of deception, and all these weaves will be unearthed. We would find out what exactly happened. Have you heard of a case where they don't even seal the flat? where there are rumors that the walls have been painted over. You did Sunanda case. You know how the hotel was sealed for 3 years. In this case, they don't want to seal it for even 1 day. This is not an investigation. This is a deception which would be unearthed. And
Arnab, let me come. My submission is very simple, Arnab. CBI is making investigation, whereas Mumbai police was not conducting investigation, it was inquest, number one. Number two, whatever contradictions will be found out by CBI, maybe through recreation of scene, maybe through statements of witnesses, or maybe through circumstantial evidence leading to the conduct of witnesses, both subsequent and the previous. With all these contradictions and all contradictions, I am of the opinion that Mumbai police is under obligation to reply it. And if Mumbai police won't stand a test of law, then they will be ready to face the consequences. That is what I am going to submit.
No, but how did the police... This is absolutely correct. The first thing CBI must do is question Mumbai police on all these lapses. Were they criminal lapses or were they lapses in favor of criminals?
If the audio is back.
To come out.
Yeah, no, just a minute. I wanted to check whether PK's audio is back. Can I be told, please? PK, speak slowly. Closer to your mic.
Your people mute me.
Nobody is muting you. Come closer to your mic and speak softly. The truth is muting you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, and all the lies that you're about to utter, I will also hear.
I am not telling you any lies. Only you want to hear what you want to hear. You don't want to hear a contrarian view at all. That's the whole problem.
There's no contrarian view.
Are you aware of what statement the CBI has recorded? You are only making surmises that somebody has told contradictory given statement. Fine enough. If they've given contradictory statement, they'll face the test of law. So if the Mumbai police has done something wrong, they will face
Gaurav and PK.
Where's the problem?
If the three of them, Mr. PK, then I have a very important question for you.
Now the question, sir, have you, Mr. Bhatia, are you aware of the statements recorded by CBI? Tell me that first.
From your experience,
are you aware of the statements recorded by CBI? Have you read those statements? Instead of commenting on something which you are not aware of,
Mr. PK, I'm only wanting to ask you a question. And I know you will answer and oblige me.
Please.
Yeah. Two questions, quick ones. First is, you said no FIR was registered. Therefore, give them the benefit of the doubt. And you said them...
No, there's no benefit. I never said that. I said they are citizens of India.
Okay. So, Mr. PK, can I complete myself? Can I complete myself? So, if you didn't say, fine. Because if there was a lapse of not registering an FIR for 65 days, it was the lapse of the Mumbai police. So they can't take advantage of that. And second, I want to ask you, what is the effect of contradictions of three material witnesses in this case? What is the impact? Can you tell the viewers if there are contradictions?
I have no issues about their giving contradictory.
Pointed question.
Should I come?
What is the impact of it?
To me.
One by one, PK Jain speaks now. Your audio is not clear, gentlemen. Please bear with me one at a time. Now, PK, you are speaking. But stop complaining that anyone's trying to mute you, please. Don't do that. Please continue.
Okay, Mr. Bhatia, the first question is whether Mumbai police goofed up in not registering an FIR is a matter which is being investigated. If somebody is responsible for that, he will face consequences. But till the time the FIR is registered, any witness to the inquest or to the 174 inquiry is free to travel wherever he wants. Nobody can forcibly stop him from going anywhere. So saying that the Mumbai police allowed them to go or allowed them to run away is wrong.
Mr. PK Jain, I have an answer to you once again, because right now you are actually, dismissing every theory, you're dismissing everything, even what Arnab has just said, that these 8 contradictions happened. And you are saying, how do we know? So I want to come back to you with facts which I know myself.
So can I represent those facts to you? Don't assume that you're the only one who knows. Be humble to listen to others. Thank you. Show humility, PK Jain. Show humility, please.
Let me reply to Mr.
Show some
Bhatia.
humility and some grace. Thank you, please.
His second question is
No.
remaining.
Show some
I will
humility
reply to
and
his
grace.
first question.
And please show some humility and grace. Smita has been debating very well against you and has defeated you in many debates. So let her continue. Thank you.
Mr. Bhatia asked me
PK Jain has to stop. PK Jain, I'm telling you to stop.
You have been
Thank you.
dismissing everything.
Fine enough.
You have been dismissing every theory so far. I have been watching you on the national channel. Is my voice coming?
Yes, you are. Yeah, go on.
Okay, so Mr. Jain has been dismissing everything, and today also he dismisses that there have been contradictions between all these three guys' statement. वो तो होना ही था, Arnab. This was supposed to happen because after the sad, brutal murder demise of Sushant Singh Rajput, I have spoken to Siddharth Pithani, Mr. Jain, and let me tell you, I am telling you that what was his statement, and that is why this whole story of lies between all these 3-4 servants who were present there have come up. On 19th June, go on my Facebook wall. After just 4 days of his demise, I have gone live and spoken about all these things, which nobody was talking about. And Siddharth Pithani very, very calmly and coolly backs up Mumbai police and tells me on a phone call on the first week of, during the first week of July, and he tells me he's very happy with the way Mumbai police is handling the case. And Arnab, just highlight this, okay? These lines shocked me and I got shivers. And you know what he told me? That he was called thrice by the Mumbai police, and the 3 statement which he gave to Mumbai police was like a healing for him. It was like a therapy for him. How can it be like a therapy? Yes, Arnab, I'm telling you, you can take my phone call records from my phone.
You are saying, one minute. Viewers, please watch this. Watch this. 1 minute, please. I repeat, viewers. A moment on my program which really sends a chill down my spine today. AKashdeep as well as Ketan, listen closely. As Smita says that she spoke to Siddharth Pithani 5 days after Sushant's murder. And Siddharth Pithani said that speaking to the Mumbai police was a process of healing for him. Like a therapy session. Like a therapy session. Like a therapy session.
Exactly.
And I want to tell the Mumbai police. I want to tell the Mumbai police and the Maharashtra government. For I have been informed that the Maharashtra government has decided to go against me in the Supreme Court of India. That a few minutes back, that the Maharashtra government has decided to file an appeal that all the false cases that they had filed, which were dismissed by the Honorable Mumbai High Court, that the Maharashtra government and the Mumbai police have decided to go to the Supreme Court of India, which is their right. I welcome it. Uddhav Thackeray, Sharad Pawar, Parambir Singh, hear me loud and clear. For I am very happy that you have taken all the time and effort to fight me. That you are so keen to fight Republic and me in the Supreme Court. How much time you have on your hands. But I want to ask you, Maharashtra government, that do what you can. The truth is on my side. The people are with me. The law is on my side and I will win. All your attempts to file false cases against me will lose. For the people of India have witnessed it time and time again. For the last 6 months, your attempts to file false cases against me. Water of a duck's back, Uddhav Thackeray.
Arnab.
But yes, Ishkaran.
I'm
not saying so. Ishkaran, no, I'm saying I am welcome.
On your speech, they can file FIR, they can go contested in High Court, they can go to Supreme Court. On a genuine case, they don't file an FIR for 66 days. This is Mumbai police for you. On a case of a speech which has been quashed by High Court, they will go to Supreme Court.
I want to add on a very important point to this.
They will not seal the flat. They will not have proper autopsy. They will not register a case, and they will tell people.
I am asking you, Ishkaran, Ishkaran, I'm saying it. I'm saying it today. And hear me. 1 minute. With all the force at my command, I want to speak and be undisturbed on this. That those days are gone when a state government and a police force could use its apparatus to silence people like us. And so I'm saying, Ishkaran, hear me today. Hear me, Smita. In my pursuit of the truth, in this case or any other, or Palghar, you dragged me through courts for the last 6 months. You want to try once again. I want to say, you are welcome. You are welcome. It matters not to me, I am aware. 2 weeks back, the Samna published details of a call between Uddhav Thackeray and Sharad Pawar on how to fix Republic. But could you fix the truth, Uddhav Thackeray? Can you fix the truth, Sharad Pawar? Can you do that? So I would only say this, 1 minute, everyone's on. And those are pictures, just 1 minute, we'll do that. I am saying repeatedly, Ishkaran, that they want to do this, they are welcome. I am only contrasting two things tonight, Gaurav and Ishkaran, that on the one side, the entire force of the Uddhav Thackeray government is against Arnab. And the same government gives a therapy session to Siddharth Pithani. Take me to all the courts in the universe, Uddhav Thackeray. But why are you allowing a therapy session for Siddharth Pithani? The nation wants to know.
Arnab, you were called during COVID times and certain people were fed tea. We know who was fed tea in the office of Mumbai Police in this case. So let us be very clear. They are trying to issue because they want to fix people who bring out the truth. They cannot handle the truth, so they want to fix people who bring out the truth.
Arnab, for a moment, Arnab, kindly let me come. Arnab, invite me to speak for 50 seconds only.
Yes, Gaurav.
Yes. So, Arnab, first of all, the nation admires your resilience. Your fight for truth in the Palghar case and now in the Sushant Singh Rajput's case. And let me say this with utmost humility, that since you are siding with the truth like always, no matter what the Maharashtra government does to scare you, to lodge false FIRs, the Honorable Supreme Court, and I am a soldier of the Honorable Supreme Court, I can tell you, will always side with truth, will always side with the right of freedom to speech. Now, my second point is that you know why 2 months' time was given and no FIR was registered, and many will agree with me all across the country. It was done so that these witnesses could be tutored, so they could be programmed to fit in one version, which was the false version. And where were the tutoring classes happening? They were happening in the baby penguin tuition classes. And now the truth is coming out. Second, the big fish, in any case, now will not be spared. But what is sad? The saddest part is that wherever the Congress goes, it converts the Shiv Sena into Sonia Sena. We earlier saw a caged CBI, but now that very CBI is doing its job beautifully, but they have caged the Mumbai police. So wherever they go, they cage the investigating agency that ought to be serving the people of the country, investigating honestly and booking the culprits.
Absolutely, AKashdeep is on the debate. Ketan was responding out here. Ujjwal Nikam is on the debate right now. Ujjwal Nikam. Question also emerges, Ujjwal Nikam.
Yes.
The post-mortem video is unclear as well. Yes, Ujjwal Nikam.
Arnab, I heard the entire debate. Now, the core issue on this debate is what is the effect and consequence of the contradiction of the three material witnesses, assuming for the sake of the argument that they are giving the different version about the incident. Now, I would like to explain the legal position because this is very important and the case has taken a very interesting turn besides criticizing Mumbai police or CBI or anybody else. Now, the law is very clear that these are the three persons who were present on the spot when the dead body of Sushant was found.
Yeah.
Therefore, and assuming that this is if it is not a case of the suicide, but if it is a case of an homicidal death, and if it is found like that, then certainly law casts a strong aspersion against this person, because according to the Evidence Act, if burden shifts at some times on the shoulder of the accused also, it is not only for the prosecution, it is for the Siddhartha Pitania and the Dipesh Sawant and Neeraj Singh to explain as to how Sushant died. If at all investigating agency arrived at a conclusion that this is an homicidal death, and therefore the Siddhartha Pitani's conduct is very much important, and the investigator will require to find out that why he called up Chabiwala at a belated stage, why he did not call the police, why he had removed the dead body. All these conduct is very suspicious, and then it will be the irresistible inference that either he knows that who has killed, if at all it is a homicidal death, or he himself had killed. So all these questions are required to be answered by witness. And in a criminal trial, if there are the material contradiction in the star witnesses, then law assumes much more important which witness to be believed or which witness to be disbelieved. If it is to be disbelieved by the other extraneous circumstances on the record, then certainly law will presume that you have committed the murder. So I think Siddhartha has a hard time, because it is all the while I'm seeing and watching also your debate for a long time, that various statements being given by before the media, various statements where we don't know about what Mumbai police has recorded in statement. But certainly, yes. If there are the contradictions, then law go against it.
No, one second. Before you respond, Ketan, I present one more thing. One is contradictions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Contradictions between the three not being found. Second, I would like you to respond to Smita's comment. Smita, if you can come in, please. That Siddharth Pitani told her he felt so happy after talking to the Mumbai police. Can you please repeat what you said and spoke to Siddharth Pitani? And then I'd like
CBI.
Yes, absolutely, Arnab. Yeah. When I spoke to him and I was like, how many times had you gone and given your statement? So he said, before I arrived in my hometown, Hyderabad, I had gone thrice. And all these 3 sessions were like therapy for me. And I'm feeling much lighter and feeling the burden off my chest, as these 3 sessions were like healing therapies for me. And I'm very happy with the way Mumbai police is handling this. Yeah, this is very sad that sir has done it, and he was again singing the suicide song, which I'm like rejecting from the very first moment I saw Sushant on television.
Okay, my question is, viewers, what kind of an award should we give the Mumbai Police Commissioner Parambir Singh for giving 3 free therapy sessions to a person who should have been one of the suspects? It's just shameful. Yes, please continue. Ketan.
So tutored or not tutored, I'm just taking forward Nikam sir's statement. Whether tutored or not tutored, it will be imperative on these 3 guys to tell the truth, because if they don't tell the truth, then they will be in a bigger mess. And just assuming for argument's sake that Siddharth Pitani is the accused and he has done some wrongdoing, my elementary psychology classes taught me one thing called reaction formation. It's a defense mechanism when an accused wants to show that he's not an accused.
Ujjwal Nikam is countering you, Ketan. I think you should.
Reaction formation.
No. If investigator found that Siddharth Pitani is suppressing certain thing, then it means that is suppressing the genesis of the incident. That is what law says. Genesis of the incident means he is suppressing deliberately, intentionally how the incident had occurred. So either he must be knowing who has committed a murder or how he died. You see, all these required to be seen. And the court is going to see also after the statement.
Just with what you said, sir. And so hence it will be imperative for him to speak the truth.
What kind of defense mechanism is this? That Riya also says the same thing?
Yes.
that Ria also says that Mumbai police is doing a great job, and because when I said that Ria, I'm going to be writing a letter to Mr. Amit Shah because I want a CBI inquiry, she was shocked and she jumped out of her chair wherever she must be sitting and she said, why CBI inquiry? No, this is suicide. I know he has committed suicide. And then after a few days, she went on social media and did the same thing.
On the debate. That's
I'm just saying that what kind of...
No, we have heard that story. The main topic of the debate is that if there are the material contradictions, Smita, if there are material contradictions in the statement of the three partners,
She's very happy the way the whole case is handled. Circumstantial evidence left.
I'd like Akash to respond. Akash hasn't spoken.
Mr. Nikam.
Yes, please.
Mr. Nikam.
I'm responding you.
Mr. Nikam, 1 minute. Mr. Nikam, 1 minute.
I'm responding.
Yeah,
yes.
Mr. Nikam, hearing what Smita said, I would first like to say it's an atrocious statement to make that, you had the therapy session. Most stupid statement that one can ever make. Secondly, as a layman, I am not a legal luminary, neither am I from the police. But I've been following this case and I've been part of most of the debates. One thing as a layman, I can find out that something has been opened up by Mr. Siddharth Pitani because he seems to have been interrogated on almost on an everyday basis for a very long time, and contradictions must have come about. They seemed apparent even when he was speaking on your channel. So we are not far away from the truth. A lot of people say, but they should have called Ria first. But sir, these people who are in the house, they will open up the lead.
Yes, they will.
Yes, but Smita, these people who are in the house now, the lead will open up from here itself.
Absolutely,
it will open up, and
absolutely.
only after gathering every possible information will Ria be called. They will wait for all this information and then go to Ria. I think this is the correct path. I am still very confused about the party and, relating the two deaths. There are a few dots that don't match for me. I wish the elite panel can answer that Disha had a life-threatening
what you very correctly said is these three people, if they speak the truth.
No, but I'd like Mr. Karthikeyan, I began with him to end with him. Mr. Karthikeyan, is it strange, Mr. Karthikeyan, is it strange that a person who is a prime accused, after meeting the police, says that he felt like he was in a therapy session? I'd just like Mr. Karthikeyan's quick response to that.
Rubbish.
Arnab, why I asked Mr. Karthikeyan, you are not a former CBI director. AKashdeep, thank you. Mr. Karthikeyan, please, thank you.
That is really amazing. That's amazing. That means he was very comfortable with the investigation or interrogation, whatever it is. And coming back to the original question of contradictions, Arnab, I want to tell you, it is a contradiction which helps the investigation. There is a contradiction means the truth is somewhere that advances the investigation.
Yes.
Every contradiction, we are happy.
Absolutely.
Happy.
Spot on.
There is a contradiction.
Spot on. Contradictions help the investigation, coming from none other than Dr. Karthikeyan himself. Ladies and gentlemen, tracking every twist and turn of what the CBI investigators are finding out. On the other side tonight, NEET or not, JEE or not, students speak up on the debate in a few minutes.